Hello everyone, this is Atish Kumar. So I'm here with a lesson for um, UPSC Civil Services Current Affairs. This is related to the recently passed three new labor codes by the central government, and it is dubbed as a major labor reforms, and it promises to bring certain benefit improvement in the business environment, okay, by reducing complexities and other things, okay. It also has its own issues, but it is a major step towards improving the ease of doing business in India. Generally, India is considered as one of the country where doing business is very difficult. As a result, India do not get that much of foreign direct investment that it deserves. India is such a huge market, right? But because there are too many laws, no, especially factory laws, there are too many laws, and most of these factory laws are in the area of labors, okay, and all this makes the businesses to start and to function very difficult in India. So the ease of doing business in India is comparatively, when compared to East Asian countries or China, like that other countries, no, it's very difficult. So this new labor code, no, it promises major reforms. So we need to know what is in this and what are the merits and demerits of this labor reforms. Of course, it has its own disadvantages, but this is a major step. Okay, let us uh, analytically see what are all the things involved here and what are all the benefits it could produce. Okay, why it is dubbed as a major labor reforms. So as I said earlier, this is recently news because in the September month, the Parliament passed three labor codes. Okay, but in the Parliament it had limited debate, and the opposition was not there. But this bill went through some parliamentary standing committee for a long period of time, analyzed it very clearly. Okay, this is not like the farm bill which was passed so fast. Okay, this bill was scrutinized well. Okay, even though during the passage of time it was not debated and the opposition Congress was actually walked out. This bill was actually well analyzed by the standing committee of parliament. Okay, so it went through the scrutinized process. Okay, so in the September month, three bills were passed. The three bills were Industrial Relation Code 2020, and the Code on Social Security, and the Occupational Safety, Health and Working Condition Code. So these three code were passed on September 2020. Along with this, there is another code on wages were passed in 2019 August. Okay, so these four codes, no, four labor codes. This four labor codes, what it does is, it actually brings 29 labor laws which were previously there into four labor codes. Okay, so it is a significant reform. See, previously there were 29 labor laws, and in fact, because of the 29 labor codes, there is multiple article, multiple sections. Okay, all these are merged, and now we have brought into four codes. Okay, and hence it is seen as a major land reforms, labor reform. So the government claimed that this will lead to reduction in complexities of doing business, and there will be improvement in ease of doing business. There will be transparency and accountability, and it will help both the employer and employees. Okay, so a huge promise is given here, and labor there is a major reform proposed. So where it all started, see, although it is passed in now, the recommendation for such a kind of uh, uh, labor code, no, it was made in 99 itself. Okay, in 1999, the Atal Bihari Vajpayee government, no, it set up the second National Labour Commission, which was headed by Ravindra Verma. Please note this point, this is very important. The second National Labour Commission, it was set up by Atal Bihari Vajpayee government in 1999, and it gave a report later. The commission recommended that all the labor laws, that is the 20, it is not only 29, there are 44 labor laws, okay. All the labor laws must be combined into 4 or 5 codes. That is what it said. Okay, there are numerous state laws. In fact, we are talking about central laws. There are also state laws. See, labor is a subject in the concurrent list. Okay, as a result, both of them tinkered with it. Okay, so we have to understand that both state and center can make laws on it. So this second labor commission, National Labor Commission, no, it proposed then itself, but for reason unknown, previously none were, even Atal Bihari Vajpayee or the next UPA government or the first Modi government, they never took this reforms. Since the COVID-19 and India was hit deeply by COVID-19, no, now this reform is seen as a way to bring large amount of investment in India and to improve our manufacturing ability and businesses. Okay, so that is why this reform is passed. Okay, so now we'll see each bill, each code into what are the major features. Okay, so first is the code on social security. So it consolidates 9 laws previously which were there, okay, into one code. Okay, and what are the 9 laws? No, we could see, you could see in the somewhere, but I'll tell you orally. That will be Employee Compensation Act, Employee State Insurance Act, Employees Provident Fund, Maternity Benefit, Payment of Gratuity, like that. There are 9 laws. Okay, these are all the some of the important laws, act. So all these acts were combined into one code on social security. So that in fact, when I was studying business law in MBA, no, I used to get irritated seeing all these acts in the wage and administration, and because I am HR topic, so this kind of thing will be there in HR related topic. So I will find how much of loss. Actually, there are too many. So substituting all this into, consolidating all this into one single code, no, it makes the work of government easy, and also for the businessman will also find it easier. Okay, so previously on the code of social security, no, there need to be 4 registration. Now it was reduced to only 1 registration. Again, the businessman will feel it very convenient, because previously you have to go for 4 places to register. See, one of the reasons they say in India to start a business or to file some return, it takes a lot of time. It is considered as an inspector Raj, where the bureaucratic put too much of pressure on the business environment for the businessman. Okay, so all these things will be reduced by this, because it is the number of registration has declined. Okay, and there is also numerous returns like 24 for provident fund, 4 for employment exchanges, 1 for maternity benefit, 2 for ESI, and 5 other for other laws that are in this law. All are converged into one. So this makes the work of companies so easy. That is what it is said, that ease of doing business will become a major factor here. Okay, then The facility of employment state insurance, no, which is at present provided in 566 districts in India, will be now provided in all the 740 districts in India. Okay, so in India, the entire districts are covered by the this code. Previously, it is covered only in 566 districts, and the employment provident fund coverage, no, is applicable to all establishment having a minimum of 20 workers. Okay, previously only those establishment that is included in the schedule of the EPF. Okay, now uh, all establishment which employs 20% should have EP, employment provident fund. Okay, again this is a good thing for a lot of workers who at present do not get EPF. Okay, because it is a small business and they are not registered in the schedule. Okay, and there is also provision made to formulate various schemes for providing security for people working in the unorganized sector. Okay, because this law recognizes the temporary nature of employment. Lot of people will work in an organization for temporary period, so it takes into consideration those workers, and it also takes into consideration another type of workers called gig workers. Gig workers are nothing but a worker who does not have a regular connection between employer and the employer and employee will not meet like a regular working environment. Okay, so these are all the gig workers, and there is also the platform workers. Platform workers does not mean that they would work in the platform. They will work in through online medium to a company. So these workers are also included in the social security. Okay, so lot of people who are in the unorganized sector, they are also included in the social security. And the provision of social security fund for 40 crore unorganized workers is based on this code of social security is proposed. Okay, for this purpose a social security fund will be created to implement these schemes. Okay, and there will also be a national database created on unorganized sector. This is the work of the state, that they should create a national database for all unorganized sector. See, at present one of the problem that people can't get social security is a lot of people are working in unorganized sector, so for them there is no database, so nobody can claim. But by this code on social security, no, it seems that it is the role of the state to maintain a national database for all people working in unorganized sector also. So this will enable them, and this would be done by the self certification. So the people who are working, no, they themselves could register. Okay, so that it will be very easy for registering, maintaining a national database, so that these people will also be covered in the social security. Okay, India is one of the country where lot of people do not have any social security. Okay, in a country like US, no, maximum number of people will have social security, but in India maximum number of people don't have social security. So this bill promises to bring social security to large number of people. Okay, then there is provision for gratuity which is made for fixed term employee also. There is no condition for any minimum service period, so for people to receive provision for gratuity. Okay, all these look very good in paper. Okay, and how are they are going to be implemented, because the state are going to implement this, since labor is a concurrent subject. So state will make laws based on this to administer this. So it is up to the state how it is does. Okay, but all given in this code, no, it promises to be better the workers. Okay, then the second is occupational safety, health and working condition code. So by this in this code, no, almost like uh, 13 acts were uh, bought into one single code. So 13 acts, lot of acts, Factories Act, Mines Act. So India has created an act for each different types of industries: Factories Act, Mines Act, Dock Workers Act, Building and Construction, Plantation Labor Act, Contract Labor Act, Migrant Interstate Migrant Workmen, Working Journalist Act, work, so motor transport. So there are like 13 acts like that. Okay, all these are brought under one code. 13 acts into the Occupational Safety and Health and Working Condition Code. So by this, in this code, no, all workers are provided free. Not all worker, employ free health checkup once a year for certain workers above a certain age. Okay, and there will be a condition to the employer that they have to issue an appointment letter for all workers. So at present, no, when you join a company, it is not essential to provide you an appointment letter, but now it is very essential that an employee should give a appointment letter stating all the condition to the worker. So this is made a legal right. So all workers should get a appointment letter. Then in this, another thing which is considered as controversial by the critics, which is the government can exempt new establishment from this law in order to promote economic activity and employment. So for the purposes of creating promoting the businesses, no, government can employ certain companies from this act. They can exempt certain companies from this act. This means those companies will not be will not provide these things. Even if it does not provide these things, they are not legally bound. Okay, and this is why it is considered as a what you say, controversial one, and this is opposed by the critics. Hence it says that the occupational safety, health and working conditions are left to the mercy of the employer. So the government is not protecting. Okay, then this act also proposes to bring down the number of licenses from 12 to 1. So previously there are like 12 licenses, okay, for this factor, occupational safety, health and working condition. Now it is again reduced to 1. Okay, so this act also gives protection to migrant workers. I hope you all know, witnessed during the COVID-19, plenty of migrant workers suffered, okay, because they don't have a regular permanent job, they are not taken care by the employers, they are not taken care by the state government or the central government, and they suffered. So by this code, what the center has made is the state has to maintain record of all such workers, migrant workers. In fact, the migrant workers are considered as the unorganized sector workers. So these records of all workers should be maintained, and this is the responsibility of each and every state. And migrant workers, no, will get an allowance of once a year to visit their hometown. Okay, if a person working from Kerala is going to working in Maharashtra, no, that person will get once every year to go to his home place. For that they will be given some allowance. Okay, and there will also be a dedicated helpline to resolve if they have any grievances. Like the recent time, no, they want to travel from one place to other place, they have to walk, this kind of problem when it arises, no, there will be a dedicated helpline so that they can solve the problem. And there will also be access to public distribution system. See, I may be having a ration card in Chennai, I may be working in Mumbai. Since I work in Mumbai in unorganized as a migrant worker, I may not be able to get public distribution system there. So this is guaranteed by this act. Even if I am in Mumbai, I should get. So all these are protected by this act. Again, this act also promises to do a lot of things. Okay, but it has a controversial certain things. I'll discuss this later. Okay. Then the third bill is Industrial Relation Code 2020. Okay, and this is where a lot of problem are there. Okay, and this act, this code, no, it combines three major act: Trade Unions Act, Industrial Employment Standing Orders Act, and Industrial Disputes Act. Okay, all these three acts are combined into this single code. Okay, what are the major features in this act? No, so in this act, no, previously companies, if they want to lay off worker, or company if it is want to close down or shut down, no, uh, if it has more than 100 employees, it has to get the permission of the government to shut down. Now it increases by this code to 300 workers. So only a company having more than 300 workers should get the government permission to shut down or to retrench workers. So companies who have less than 300 workers, no, these companies are given free ride. They could shut down anytime. Okay, they could also lay off any number of workers. So the workers employment guarantee is here a bit of what you say, not guaranteed. Okay, this is one thing. Then this again, this Industrial Relation Code also reduces the number of registration to the companies from 2 to 1. Again, here also it makes the businesses to function easily. Okay, and it also gives equality of women in work in every sphere of a company. So in fact, this code, no, it mentions that women have to be permitted to work in every sector, even at night. Okay, women should be treated very similar to man. But it says that the safety of the women should be provided by the employer. It is not protected by the government. It says that the safety of the employment, it puts under the head of the employer. And it also says that before employing a work, making a woman to work at night, it should get the consent of the women. Okay, again, it should not be compulsory for the woman to work at night. It says that woman has the right to work in any sector even at night, but doesn't mean that a woman should be asked to work in night without a consent. Okay, so it strikes a balance. And also it says that in the case of a death of a worker, or a worker who are working in a machines, if he dies or if he has makes a serious injury, no, in an accident, in that case 50% of the penalty should be paid by the employer. Okay, and also apart from this, the employee should also get the compensation, which is not part of it. So 50% of the penalty, but along with employees should receive the compensation for that. Okay, another one thing which is also considered as a what is say controversial thing by the workers, but it in terms of management and union disputes, no, this law says that before going for a strike, trade unions or the workers, no, they should give 14 days notice to the company. So the company, the workers or the trade union cannot announce strike immediately and do that. They should have to give 14 days notice. So this enables the management, no, employer or the management, to plan carefully to avoid strikes. They may initiate negotiation, they may talk conciliatory measures to solve the problem. Okay, but this is considered as a way to take the right of the worker by the employer from the employee by the trade unions and laborers. They say this, okay. But it is a way for avoiding unnecessary conflict between workers and management, so that the workers cannot use strike as already a weapon, okay. So also the unions will not be allowed to go for strike during this talk period, okay. Only after the 14 days they could go for strike. And it also penalizes strike and other things. There are certain other things also there which makes strike a bit of a unwanted thing, okay. That is why the workers and laborers are little bit concerned about this bill, okay. Yeah, I have given here concerns of workers and labor union, okay. What they say is they say that this see, before seeing this concern of workers and labor union, we will also discuss the fourth bill, that is the bill that is passed last year in the August 2019, that is the wages bill, okay, code on wages, okay. This bill also enables the union government to fix floor wages, that is minimum wage will be fixed by the central government, okay, universally for all the states, okay. And if the state government is fixing another minimum wage, it should be above this wage, so that a minimum wage for entire India will be there. This includes all the workers, okay. So and this is a welcome step, but it does not mention what is the wage here in the code itself. It is said that the center or the state will announce by notification. So the center will announce by the notification what is the floor wage. Then the state will announce what is the floor wage for that state, okay. But the state cannot announce a wage that is less than the wage announced by the center. It should be above or equal, okay. Please remember this point. It also gives provision for overtime for workers, manner of paying wages, how it should be paid, the period for daily, weekly, monthly, but it does not give any detail about here. All this will be given by notification by the center. This is what the laborers and workers are all questioning, because these things should be given in the code of the wages bill itself. It should say that there should be daily this much of amount of work and this much of amount of overtime, and the overtime wages should be paid like that. Weekly this amount of time only they should work. All these things are left blank. So this for this notification will be given by the center. That is what this code on wages say. So it is left these kind of things. As I said earlier, this code on wages also cover the workers, other unorganized workers, so that they also get these benefit, okay. So they will also get a minimum floor wage. At present, lot of people working in the unorganized sector, no, they are paid as per the wish of that employer. Now because they are brought into this section, they will get a minimum floor wage, okay. Again here also the center has reduced the number of annual returns by the company from 3 to 1. So again here also there is ease of doing business. Similarly, the number of registers will be reduced from 12 to 4, okay. And here another one important thing for workers: if a worker is terminated by a company, he should get all his wages within 2 days from his termination. So I hope you have heard that people who have left a company, going to that company repeatedly to get that final settlement. those kind of things will not work in future. By this code, within 2 days, all things should be settled to the worker. If he resigns or the company is laying him or the company is terminating him, within 2 days, all wages that should be payable to him should be paid by the company. Okay, so these are all protected legally. See, now we'll see the concern of workers and labor unions. See, the concern raised by the labor unions and laborers are, see, this act gives a lot of flexibility for the employers in terms of hiring and firing. Okay, so in fact, this act, no, it gives a fixed term contract for workers. So the workers, no, while recruitment, they could be given some fixed term. We will have you for 2 years, 3 years, and then they could send them. Okay, so actually this fixed term contracts, what it makes is, by making it legal, it makes companies go for temporary short term fixed term contracts for workers rather than employing for a permanently. So the permanent job will not be there for any employee. All employees will be recruited fixed term by the companies. Okay, so that is why it says that it gives opportunity for the employer to hire and fire. Okay, that is what the concern of laborers and workers. It also says that the lot of companies which are recruiting, which are employing less than 300 workers, no, they will shut down suddenly. They are not protected. Previously it is less than 100, now it is less than 300. So these companies, lot of companies are newly will be added, and they will be doing this kind of things. Okay, they will shut down the company or the fire lot of employees. Okay, so they say that the security that they are enjoying at present, they may lose. Okay, this is some concern. Okay, as I said earlier, this code is not 100% perfect bill, but it is a step towards improvement. Okay, India's labor laws are redundant, they need to be reformed. So the government is taking some steps. When it is taking the steps, it is not making a perfect labor code. There are some problems. So these are all the problems. Okay, so the code also does not contain any provision for equal treatment for contract labor that perform a similar work like the permanent worker who work in the company. Okay, so that is also there. These are all the some of the worries of laborers and workers. There are also things like, they say that this acts, all these acts are more pro employer. Okay, so they could easily float this kind of social protection. In fact, the social security code and the occupational safety code, no, they are so lenient towards the employer. It will the employer will float those kind of things, and the sufferer will be laborers and workers. Okay, and the chances of their strike is also limited with this industrial relation code. So it is coming so hard on laborers and workers. That is what they are saying, the workers are saying. Okay, and also some other sectors of unorganized sectors are not included in this. It speaks of some organized sector, but some organized small hotels and eating places, small construction business, small machinery repair business, all these kind of small things are not included. So those people will not get any benefit that are included in this 4 codes. Excuse me. And also it does not, as I said earlier, no, it does not mention clearly what is the working hour, what is the working hour for day, week, month, what is the minimum salary. All these are all will be under the notification of center rather than given in the code itself. So they feel that the code itself should contain some of these features. Okay, so which was previously there. Okay, also, as I said earlier, no, the government can exempt and the organizational safety and health, no, those things for some establishment to promote economic development, again they are also not protected. So these are all the major concerns of workers and laborers. Okay, so we have seen all the important features of all the four bills. We have also seen what are the concerns of laborers. Now we will see, I'll give a conclusion. In fact, I've researched 3 or 4 articles which are written in reputed magazines, and I came up with this lesson, and I find it, you will find it very useful. Okay, you also learn 1 or 2 articles. So how, what is the conclusion of this labor reform? Okay, see, India is considered as a Indian business environment is considered as very hostile towards entrepreneurs. Okay, in fact, if you have seen a film called Shivaji, okay, in that film you will find that Rajni will be trying to start some industry, education institution, but he will face lot of bureaucratic bottlenecks and he will get tired of it. Okay, so such a kind of thing is there in India. This labor codes promises to remove a lot of those things. Okay, in fact, in India the business function under 1536 acts are there, and there are 69,233 complaints, and they should 6,618 filings across unit and state government. This is a huge burden. Okay, they will ask this form, they will ask this, they will ask that. So companies, that is why it say that doing business is very difficult. So by reducing all these things, no, what the government is doing is, it is creating an environment where the business, the ease of doing business will be very good. So the business will function so easily. They will not have too much of bureaucratic trouble. Okay, okay, that is one major thing in this act. Okay, see, this also has other benefits. See, in a country like India, we have to understand that there are 63 million enterprises, businesses, but of these 63 million, only 12 million have registered. Okay, and under the goods and services tax. So only 12 million will be paying taxes, and 1 million, among the 12 million, only 1 million have registered for social security, and only 0.5 million pay social security actively. So what it means is, even among the 12 million companies, only 1 million companies registering social security and providing social security to its employees. So lot of employees are not getting social security, and only 70,000 have revenues more than 5 crore, and only 22,500 companies have capital of more than 10 crore. This means of these 63 million companies, no, all the 52 million are small companies employing less than 5 employees. This is because if they have to register, if they have to comply all these business things, no, it is very difficult for them. That is why they go for smaller establishments. If the ease of doing business, if the business environment is ease and the ease of doing business is there, they will register. Lot of companies will come under the goods and services tag, and lot of workers will come under the social security. Okay, so this code promises that it tries to remove a lot of laws which are troubling or being kind of laggard to the business environment. Okay, so this law is a very important step. Also, because it takes a lot of laws, no. Now those kind of um, bureaucratic inspector Raj will not be there. So lot of labor laws, when a company goes, no, they have to pay some bribe. So the corruption will also be eliminated, reduced. Corruption cannot be eliminated, corruption could be reduced. Okay, so lot of complex laws will be there, taken off, too much of complaints will not be there. So the corruption of these bureaucrats, no, will reduce. Okay, but at the same time you have to understand, these labor codes are sound very good in the paper, but all will be good only when how it is implemented. So India has lot of good laws, but when it comes to implement, the implementation has always been very poor. So this labor codes, its benefit will be seen only when it is implemented, and the role of the implementation rests in the shoulders of states, because it is a concurrentless subject. State also will make laws on this. So the state, no, while dealing with these labor codes, they have to take into consideration these codes are made so that the business can function in the environment where they could smoothly they could function without too much of bottlenecks. So the state should make laws accordingly. Okay, so the intent of this code should be implemented correctly. Okay, so although this may not be a perfect law, okay, it promises to become a major reform, and it promises to create an environment for businesses to do business at ease. Okay, that is the major aim of this law. That is how you have to finish this kind of topics. Okay, I hope I have given you some valuable points. I ask you to read about this. These kind of questions may be asked in different ways, not directly, in different way you could answer these kind of things. Okay, with this I end this lesson. Thank you, bye.